Hi, I'm Yvonne Westover, Certified Zentangle Teacher. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how to draw these little squares of art. It's a method of drawing called Zentangle, and it's very easy to learn. A few simple pen strokes, and you'll be well on your way to creating these. Zentangle's a really fun way to draw some really great little images that are based on some simple pen strokes. And they all fall into these little categories of patterns where you take your pen strokes and you build them on top of each other to make these patterns. I'm going to leave you a resource at the end where you can find all kinds of patterns to draw. So it'll be completely up to you what you choose and how you choose to draw it. Zentangle is usually done on a 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. So if you wanted to draw out a 3.5 inch square on your paper, if you've got a ruler handy, great. If not, you can absolutely tangle in all the blank open space on your pages. Tangling is a little bit different than doodling. If you're a great doodler, that's awesome. It means you've already got that muscle memory in putting different pen strokes together. And if you're not a great doodler, or if you think you can't draw, this is where these step outs or instructions for drawing your tangles and patterns will come in handy. And I will go through very quickly in a sped up video format so you can see how all of this happens. If you have a pencil handy, what we normally do in Zentangle is actually just break up our space in our square any which way. It doesn't matter. I could have put in any lines just to give me some places to focus of where I want to put my patterns. When I pick a pattern, I can also pick a space to draw it in. These are the basic instructions for drawing a pattern. I can choose to make this pattern bigger or smaller, and I can do that with any of the patterns. The second pattern I chose to draw, I actually also decided to cross over. So I had that original pencil line, but I decided to use that space in there as well. And that's perfectly okay. There are no mistakes in Zentangle. However you choose to draw at the moment you're drawing is always a good way to go. This is pretty much my tile or my Zentangle finished. I chose to then take this open space after I added in my other tangles and sort of continue the pattern holly bough that I did up top underneath, and it gives it a really kind of cool layered effect. The other tools that you might want to have handy when you tangle, and it's completely optional, you can totally leave your drawing as a nice black and white image, or you can take a pencil, and if you happen to have taken art classes before or in your supplies, have something called a tortillon. This is what it is. It's also known as a paper stump or a blending stump. And if not, you can also use a Q-tips to share your work, a little cotton bud, or you can just kind of gently go in with your pencil and do some shading. It's completely arbitrary where we put the shading. We don't actually follow any art rule of light source. It's just a matter of putting in the gray that sort of tricks your eye into thinking that this is an actual 3D drawing. So this is just some tangling across the whole page. And so if you've got a notebook and you want to just tangle and draw, you can do the whole page. You could, make some notes here, draw a whole other picture, or you can totally fill in with any other tangles that you wanted to use. So you don't have to just stick in the little square. You can just use it all over your pages.